let's do it.
Hello and welcome to Xennials podcast. We're back, me and Chris, back for another episode. This episode is going to be about conspiracy theories. What can we say about this? I like conspiracy theories. I enjoy them. And a lot of them I think got some honest, some good truth rooted in them. Chris is completely opposite. Nope. They're good. Chris is a very show me the Carfax type of guy.
That's exactly what that is. Show me the Carfax.
And me, I'm like, it's a possibility. That makes sense. And Chris is like, show me the Carfax. I need some proof. So this is going to be an interesting episode for both of us. I'm going to touch on some things that I have personally researched, and then some things that I have never heard of and did research. And Chris is gonna tell me how wrong they are.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try not to. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try to. We're gonna glide with it and see where we are with it.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see where we go.
Some of them I'm just like,
Yeah, we'll see where it goes.
We'll see where it goes.
I will say this for those who are listening who happen to be somewhat slightly into conspiracy theories and or seeking the truth, such as myself. This is my personal disclaimer. I understand that I will be skipping some major facts and main points in some of these theories. However, this is not an 8-hour show. Therefore, there will be some things not totally talked about, and I am one of those people who would totally encourage everyone to do your own research. So with that being said, that was a disclaimer. First topic of choice is Admiral Byrd, Antarctica, and Agartha. Oh, now I will be honest with you guys, I was not at all thinking about anything like this. This was not some of my interests. However, a few months back, I actually happened to see a TikTok about Admiral Byrd. TikTok the devil. Anyway, I saw a TikTok about Admiral Byrd and it got me interested. Decided to do my own research. So, who is Admiral Byrd and what the hell is Agartha? So Admiral Byrd was an American naval officer and explorer. This is back in the 30s, 40s. He was decorated. He was cool. Everybody, he went, I believe he was asked to go check out some stuff in Antarctica. And while in Antarctica, he ended up in Hollow Earth. And Hollow Earth, which is called Agartha also. And there's apparently, according to Admiral Byrd and his journal entries, which there is a book, Amazon and Barnes and Noble, I believe they have one. I have the book, got it from Amazon. It looks like a 6th grade coloring book, to be honest with you. It kind of reads like that also, to be honest with you. But there's pictures. Shit is interesting to me. So he flew into somewhere. I can't remember if it was the North Pole. I guess the South Pole, because he was in Antarctica. He flew into one of the poles, and in the middle of the earth is Hollow Earth with their own set of people and land and woolly mammoths and all this other stuff. And basically they were telling him, hey, you guys up there, you've got to slow this down a little bit. This was after it's the bomb, the nuclear bomb had dropped, and they were like, whoa, y'all are fucking up some shit. You gotta slow that down up there. And apparently he came back, told some people, and they was like, hey, we're gonna need you to not talk about this ever in your natural born life. As long as you live, don't speak on this. And some kind of way. That's what formed the agreement between the UN countries to leave Antarctica alone. It's the only continent that is not occupied by people, because it's fucking frozen for one thing.
For real.
It's frozen for one thing, but it's supposedly the only place in the world where all of the countries in the world can come to an agreement to leave it alone. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still people that go down there and they do research and, because I don't know if y'all have seen this, but someone went there to do some research and digged into the ice and found another species in the fucking ice. Put that shit back. Did y'all not learn anything from 2020? Put that shit back and leave it alone. I just wanted to say that. And it's, again, UN countries. There's a lot of people on board with this. Argentina, Australia, Belgium, Brazil, Ecuador, Finland, Japan, Korea, Netherlands, Spain, Uruguay, Ukraine, South Africa, Sweden, just to name a few. And they've all agreed we're going to leave that alone. And so with that kind of agreement between those type of powers, I guess this had people interested into why the fuck we not messing with Antarctica. Yeah, we can go over and colonize every country in fucking Africa and steal all their beauty and gold and wealth and natural artifacts. What the hell's wrong with Antarctica? Neither here nor there.
It's cold.
Happy Black History Month. Admiral Byrd, I believe the book is called The Diary of Admiral Byrd, and he speaks on it, and it's interesting. There's also some clips. I don't know if there's YouTube clips. Again, saw it on TikTok. Yeah. Literally at this point they should be paying me for as much as I say their name, but there is some clips that I saw where he was basically like, yo, I'm at the end of my life. I know, I'm gonna die soon, so I'm just gonna start spilling the beans and start telling y'all shit. And so there's that. So if you want to do any research, look up at Admiral Byrd, Antarctica, Hollow Earth. So yeah, that's Admiral Byrd. The next one we're going to talk about it's an interesting one for me, and I don't feel like this is off at all. And if anyone has a good explanation for the question I'm going to ask, feel free to hit us up on Instagram at the Xennials Podcast or our Gmail account, Xennials
Podcast 7270.
7270.
Or you can hit us up on our Facebook page at Xennials Podcast.
Either way, if anyone has an honest, legit answer to my next question, I'll take it. I'm willing to listen. But explain to me, someone, why the fuck are there so many mattress firms? Like one on every other corner. Like there's a mattress firm across the street from a fucking mattress firm. Why? Why do we need these many mattresses? Unless it is a front.
Look, I've been trying to figure that out since A, I got here. B, I'm with you. Like, why are there so many? Why are there so many mattress firms? Please, if somebody has an answer, can we get some help? Because
please,
I need to understand. Did mattress firm buy somebody out and just decided to use their place use their company, use their buildings to give us more mattress firms? Because literally, like Tora said, there's a mattress firm across the street from a mattress firm that I've seen personally with my own two eyes, and I'm still trying to figure that out. So anybody got an answer? Anybody?
And listen, I mean, I'm all for a new Serta, but damn, are they making sales like that? Or is it a front for something else? The theory is that it is a human trafficking front. Now, we don't know this, so allegedly, mattress firm do not come for me. Allegedly a front for a human trafficking. Listen, if anybody from mattress firm who actually works at a mattress firm, because I've never met anybody that works there either.
This is true. I've never met anybody that worked at mattress firm.
So
I'll be honest with you though. I'll be real honest with you. Let me be real honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen a mattress firm that was actually open. Like there was stuff in there. There was mattresses. There's
in the display window.
Display, sales or whatever. I don't ever think I've seen a mattress firm that was open. Like you can walk in.
Legit.
I've never seen anybody walk into a mattress firm.
Now that brings me to my next thing. If you live in Arlington, Texas, did you know exactly what I'm talking about. There is a store that will remain nameless, but there is a store, a vacuum store on Cooper Street that promotes that they sell vacuums, yet I have yet to see anyone buy a vacuum from there. But this place has been open for years. I've been here in this area in DFW for about 16, 17 years. I've never seen that place open. Yet and still, they are in business. Now, this place to me is just like a Mattress Firm. I've never met anybody that works there. I've never even seen an open sign. I was passing by it not too long ago and my daughter said, hey, there's 2 cars in the parking lot. The parking lot, I believe, is connected to another parking lot in the back. There's no telling if they were there for that business in the back or the business or their business. Either way it goes. Even if you look up this company on Yelp, the reviews are suspect as hell. There's no info on their website other than the address. Come on. That shit.
Yet their display changes. Have you noticed that their display changes?
You know, I noticed that.
Outside of the of course the vacuum cleaners, their display changes.
I've noticed their display changed one time, and it went from the giant vacuums to some other stuff that they have sitting there now, which are still vacuums, but it's something else. But I've noticed it one time. Listen, the giant vacuums, I don't know if you ever paid attention, but them hoes was dusty as hell. So who the fuck is there?
Very, very much so.
That's all I'm saying. Again, all of this is allegedly. Mattress Firm, don't come for us. Because we know how you boys like to kidnap kids. I mean, tussle. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next one. Area 51. Now, when I pitched this one to Chris, he was like, what in the entire hell? Basically. Because Area 51, everyone knows Area 51. Oh, there's aliens there. So, that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about something a little different. I have run upon another theory that instead of there being aliens there are no aliens there. Because we, the people of Earth, are the alien. And at Area 51, there is a portal to another realm, universe, world. Don't look like that. Let me finish spitting it out. There is a portal.
Okay.
There's a portal to another universe, world, realm, a portal to another dimension, different place of where you are, quote, outside of the matrix. We are the aliens. That is the portal. And Area 51 is guarded off because they don't want us to cross into their land, their world, their universe. It's also been said the portal leads directly to Agartha, the hollow earth. They're saying, no, there's no longer aliens there because we are the aliens. Oh, man. You know what? I love this stuff. I dig this stuff. You guys, be on the lookout because I got some plans coming and we're going to dig into all this stuff. We're going to dig so deep into this. Y'all are going to be like, bitch, my head hurts. Yeah, mine too. Welcome to the rabbit hole. Let's go together. Head first. Anyway, pitch this one to Chris. He gave me the what idiot came up with this speech. And that's where we were at. So again, this is my first time hearing this one. So I really don't have very much to say about it.
Listen, when we go live, when we really go live, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you could see the look on my face right now because I'm still trying to figure this shit out. Like where the fuck priceless. Do we come? Who comes up with this shit? Like, where does this shit come from?
Exactly, but that's my point about theories and thoughts and theories. Like, there's got to be a little truth behind some of this for somebody to think this shit up, right? It can't be like some crazy ass kid was like, yo, who was high, was like, yo.
Right, that was my next statement. They was high and they were sitting on the couch,
Oh.
and all of a sudden some shit just popped in their head. I've sat next to quite a few of them, and some shit popped up in their head, and the next thing you know, you staring at the ceiling, wondering thoughts about the universe and shit, and then you come back to and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but who would the reason I say maybe there's something behind it, behind all these a little bit of something, if not truth, it's just a little bit of something, because somebody somewhere had to get it started and take off and have a discussion with someone else to say, you know what, I believe that shit wholeheartedly. Let me tell everybody else. It's had to start somewhere, and it's just again, first time I've ever heard this about the Area 51. Hella interesting. Go on. Look, this makes me, I'm going to have to go pull out my book, my Admiral Byrd book, and do some research and see if they say anything about a portal, because there was no mentions of portals that I can remember, but I'll look again. So Area 51, next one is something that honestly, it kind of creeps me out for the simple fact that it reminds me of my childhood, 90s kid. So I'll just go ahead and get into that. Skinwalkers.
Wait, wasn't that a movie?
Skinwalkers, they say Skinwalkers is actually based, this is what Courage the Cowardly Dog cartoon is based off of, the Skinwalkers. This is one of those, one of those creepypasta theories, one of those type of things.
Right.
So,
I got you.
Skinwalkers, in the Navajo culture, they're a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise itself as an animal. They are said to be able to eat an animal from the inside and leave just the skin. They are said that they have been able to, I believe, possess people at times. Again, supposedly, Courage the Cowardly Dog is based off of this. It starts off with ancient Indian burial grounds and colonizers doing colonizing dumb shit. Supposedly, a farm or ranch of some sort was built on ancient burial ground, and I guess their Navajo decided that, you're gonna disrespect this ground and something's gonna come for you. And that's where it began. And there's supposedly there's actual newspaper articles, you can look this up, where the owners of those ranch has said that they've seen the skinwalkers and that they can hear them at night that eat their animals from the inside out and leave the skin behind. That part kind of gives chupacabra, but I'm not doubting these people either. And so yeah, that's it. It's creepy as fuck, but Courage the Cowardly Dog was creepy as fuck to me too. So there's that. The next
Courage
topic
was way past. Yeah, Courage was weird. That's just my take on that. But yes, please continue.
The next topic we got is the missing cosmonaut. So, this is a theory. It's a theory. I wouldn't put it past anybody for it to be true, but it is a theory alleging that some Soviet cosmonauts went to outer space, but their existence has never been acknowledged. Basically saying that they went to outer space, something happened, and they ended up dying. They died, the mission went wrong, and so they have been erased of ever existing. It says they didn't exist.
Now see, I don't think is a conspiracy theory so much as that is deeply rooted in truth from what I understand from the Russian cosmonaut program. There is a lot of stuff in that program that's never come out. There are missing cosmonauts that it's not that they didn't come back. They came back. They just didn't come back in one piece. Or there was one I know that got lost or something. I can't remember the exact story, but there is a story out there that there is one that's lost. So that's more rooted in truth, I would definitely say. But
I did hear about that also, but I also heard that they weren't admitting to it, but apparently somebody on their deathbed was like, yeah, that shit's true.
Yeah. No, Russia would never ever admit to it. Like they've been denying a lot of things for a long time. So yeah, no, you're absolutely correct on that one. Absolutely correct on that one.
Listen, cosmonauts, it's a conspiracy theory, but it's actually kind of not. So I mean, it was something interesting to look around at, poke through if you like. The next one, Georgia Guidestones. Now this one is actually kind of popular. I think it's kind of popular. It's apparently been around for a while, and the Georgia Guidestones are actually a place you can go and see. It's in Elbert, Elbert, Elbert County, Georgia, east of Atlanta, and Athens, north of Elberton. It's Guidestones. It's actually kind of like stone hinges, if you want to call it that. And it was erected up in 1980. So here's the story. In June 1979, a man with the pseudonym R.C. Christian went to Elberton Granite Finishing Company to commission for a structure on behalf of a small group of loyal Americans. Quote, small group of loyal Americans. Sounded a little...
Sound real familiar right about now.
Yeah, sounded kind of interesting. Anyway, he bought the land it sits on and then gave it to the county. The stones have 10 principles written on them in eight languages: English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, Russian. They wanted you to read this shit no matter where you were from. I guess they missed French, but that's about it. They wanted you to read it no matter where you're from. Again, there's 10 guidestones, basically 10 guidestones to life and what the world needs to do to live a good life, I guess. A feeling perfect type of life. Like I said, there's 10 of them. I'm not going to go through all 10, but there's a few that are interesting. The first one is maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature.
So who what now?
Is it 500 million? 500? I guess it's 500 million. That's how many people should be living on Earth. That's what I'm getting from that's the first guide. So
How?
I listen, you know what? Anything I say will also be a conspiracy theory after that. So I don't know. I'm going to say I don't know. What's another one? Protect people and nations with fair laws and just court. Well, if you live in America and if you any shade of brown, then you know that one ain't working out very well.
Not at all.
Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Again, I said what I said. Petty laws and useless officials. Basically, we don't need to have Congress, is what you're saying. Get rid of everybody in the Senate, is what you're saying. Okay, got that. Unite humanity with a living new language. Ooh, now that one right there sounded a little New World Order-ish to me. Not gonna lie. Let's see, is there any more? Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Ukraine. That's all I got to say. I don't know how we're doing this. We're not I don't know who these small group of loyal Americans are, but I'm pretty sure they are completely disgusted. They didn't read none of the shit we put up. No, we didn't spend money on some land and some damn stone, granite and shit to write this stuff out for them, and they still can't do it. Nah, no. That's the Georgia guys. So what do you think about that? I mean, do you think they have a point? Some of that stuff, it don't seem too bad, but then other times it's like, okay, in order to do some of this stuff, it sounds like you're gonna have to take away a lot of people's free will, and we as Americans, we don't like that shit. We don't like that shit.
Obviously.
That's the Georgia Guidestone. If you'd like to look it up, hey, you might find it interesting. You might agree with them. I don't know. I don't know. It has things in there that are things that sound like they could be reasonable, and things that sound like, hey, you're borderline causing some genocide over here, my guys. So yeah, there's that. Georgia Guidestones. There are a few honorable mentions that I'm not going to get into, but I would love for you guys to do your own research and then comment on our Instagram page and let us know. There is allegedly a sex trafficking ring within Amazon and Wayfair. Those cabinets on Wayfair do be costing unreasonable amounts and look like shit, is all I'm saying. I don't know who paying $5,000 for that shit. Is all I'm saying. And the fact that they
I really
happen
wish, I really wish that we can find out. Yeah, like I really want to know how that became a conspiracy theory. Like, who thought this one up? That's all I want to know.
Listen, we can talk about this off the record, and I can give you some things on that. Listen, say man, half the stuff that they were saying, oh my gosh, this is human trafficking, there's child trafficking here, it's been removed. So honestly, unless people got screenshots of the shit, it doesn't exist. And that in itself says something to me. Like, if I ain't guilty of doing something, I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I'm guilty of doing it. If I'm not guilty, I'm not guilty. Tori, you selling ass on the internet. No, I'm not. So I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm selling ass on the internet if I'm not selling ass on the internet. So that's all I'm saying. Now, Amazon, I honestly tried to dig into that and I couldn't find anything. Like, I really did. I tried to deep dive my ass to the bottom of that ocean. I didn't find anything with Amazon. Not saying it ain't true. I'm just saying I didn't find anything. But Wayfair, that shit was suspect as fuck. And that's all I'm gonna say. It's real hard for me to believe that you got a cabinet named after a whole fucking ghetto ass name that I ain't never heard before other than from a missing child that's been missing ever since you had that cabinet up. That's all I'm saying. Not saying Wayfair did it. I'm just saying y'all sus. And I do not order from them. Sorry, Kelly Clarkson or whoever advertises with them. But that, okay.
Got you. Okay.
Honorable mention. Flat Earth. Listen, I don't fully understand. I just don't understand it. I don't understand the ice blocking us. I just don't understand. I'm not saying it ain't true. I ain't saying it is. I'm just saying I don't get it. However, if a listener out there does get it, hit up the Facebook page and explain it, because I don't get it. Xennials podcast. I just don't understand that part. Could the earth be flat? I actually had somebody say, I asked about it. I asked someone who is, a biblical person who's into the Bible. And I said, do you think the earth is flat? They're like, yeah. I said, well, what makes you think that? And they proceed to tell me, well, it's literally in the Bible. I was like, how? Well, God said 4 corners of the earth. That's a square. That's a flat square. That's not a round surface. God specifically said 4 corners of the earth. Now, I can't quote you the Bible verse or chapter or book or anything, but they were like, it is biblical. It's in the Bible. 4 corners. God said it. Earth is flat. Never heard that argument before. Do your own research. That's all I can say. Do your own research. I've never heard that argument before. I've heard of 4 corners of the earth being used many times. I just never literally thought of it like in a literal sense. Thought it was kind of just, a saying or whatever. But they were like, 4 corners. It's there in the Bible. And I was like, okay, I'll take that. And I ain't got no argument for it. I'm not versed in flat earth. If there's a flat earther, please feel free to explain. Love to hear it. Would love to hear it. The next honorable mention, living dead celebrity and dead living celebrity. We'll start with the dead living celebrities first, because those are more easier to explain. Dead living celebrities like Tupac or Elvis. The celebrities that have been pronounced dead, and some of them have had their autopsy pictures plastered all over the internet. The guys that they say, hey, those guys are still living. Those are the dead living celebrities. Now, the living dead celebrities, a little bit different. Living dead celebrities came up with Avril Lavigne and Paul McCartney. Now, I think almost anybody who's into conspiracy theories and whatnot has heard the Paul McCartney theory. I've never heard the Avril Lavigne theory until I started looking this stuff up. And I was like, wow, this is a thing? Never have I heard Avril Lavigne. Again, do your own research. Honorable mention, JP Morgan and the Titanic / Olympic. Yeesh. Listen, if More Money, More Problems was a person, oh my gosh. So this theory in a nutshell, says that J.P. Morgan, who was the owner or had very large investment in the Titanic, sunk the Titanic himself, sunk it himself, and that it was not the Titanic that he sunk, but an older ship called the Olympic. Do your own research, baby. And that it was sunk because he wanted to do Federal Reserve banking. And the people he spoke with about it, who had the other say-so in it, said, no, we don't want to do Federal Reserve banking. And so all four of them were to get on the Titanic and sail to America, and he missed it. They didn't know, and they sunk and died. That's the theory. I ain't got no proof. I ain't did no research, but that's the theory. Do your own research. Next, honorable mention, predictive programming. When I think of predictive programming, automatically The Simpsons come to mind. You ever watch something and be like, this is interesting, and then years later it actually happens? Literally The Simpsons. Maybe the reasoning behind them being on for 30 plus years, but depends on who you talk to. The Simpsons have a lot of predictive programming within their jokes or sidebars or the shows itself. Look it up for yourself. There's also a theory, just a sidebar on this one, there's also a theory that the writers of The Simpsons are actually time travelers. And this is how they get their material, by traveling through time and then coming back and drawing it and trying to help humanity out. But apparently it never works. But anyway, that's a theory. I don't know if it's true though. I don't know. And the last honorable mention that I'd like for you to do your own research. HAARP. HAARP is basically weather control. There are people out there controlling the weather. I don't know what you can say about that. There is a video that's slightly convincing. I do completely believe that we're in the midst of some global warming shit, because if you live in Texas, this shit is fucking weird. This shit is fucking weird. This time last week, we were iced out and stuck inside of our houses. You know what? You want to know what I wore outside today? Shorts, my guy. I wore shorts. I don't know if HAARP is real or not, but damn it, global warming, I am not questioning it. I wore shorts. Do you understand? Listen, let me tell y'all something. Friday, tomorrow, I believe it will be 77 degrees. Saturday, our high will be 52. Let this sink in. Again, I don't know how real HAARP is, but global warming is a bitch. And she attacks Texas every February. Ask.
Every single one of them. Every one of them.
There's even a running gag around here. Not even a running gag, because it's all true. We don't have 4 seasons. We have hot and cold. Bitch, pick a flavor depending on the day of the week. We have hot and we have cold. We don't have spring. We don't have summer. We don't have fall. We surely do not have spring. I don't know. That's just fake news. But we don't have spring. We don't have none of them. We have hot and we got cold. What is today? Hot. Tomorrow, it's going to be cold. Wear your coat. Don't know what to wear outside. Hey, listen, just to be on the safe side, if you're going outside, have some snow boots, a hoodie, and a pair of shorts with you, because we don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, you guys, thanks for tuning in to our conspiracy theory episode. If you guys have a suggestion of a theory you'd like us to go over or look into, or just want to talk about, you can always hit us up. Xennialspodcast.com. Xennialspodcast.com. Xennials Podcast on IG and Snapchat and TikTok and Facebook and pretty much any social media outlet, and definitely every podcast outlet. All platforms.
All of them. The YouTubes, Spotify's,
Oh,
Apples.
YouTube. We on YouTube,
All of those.
guys. We are on YouTube.
We're everywhere you want us to be. Just hit us up.
We ain't MasterCard, so don't ask for no money when you do. But yeah, hit us up. We appreciate that. So yeah, that's all I got for this episode. See if I can talk Chris into another one and get some more stuff going on. But yeah, that's all I got for this episode.
Hey, some of these theories were interesting. Definitely one day. I'm more of a historical person, so the J.P. Morgan Titanic Olympic one, we might have to talk about that one day.
Absolutely, we can definitely do that.
Figure out an episode for that one, or just something there.
We could just slide it in, much like we have slid in Marvel every episode. And by the way, Moon Knight will be coming out soon. I will be talking to y'all in March about the new Marvel show. I've seen the trailer. I can't wait. So there's that.
What new one? New Marvel shows coming out?
Oh, this it's gonna be a few of them, but the next one that's coming out is Moon Knight.
Okay.
Moon, Knight. Unfortunately, one of the actors passed away. A couple of weeks ago on a slope or something, on a skiing accident. So that is slightly horrible. However, the show must go on, and it will go on. And if you've seen these trailers, this shit is a psychological thriller, and I'm here for it front and center. He has multiple personalities, and we don't know who we're gonna get. I'm for this. I am for this. So yeah, Moon Knight is coming out in March. Marvel, you guys, Disney Plus. I don't know why y'all haven't cut us a check yet, but we'll discuss that later.
Very much so, because we have for it.
Like literally for a whole year, you guys.
20
We've mentioned you for a whole year.
Almost 30 episodes. We have mentioned Marvel in every single one of them. Yes,
and if you guys are into that comic book stuff, this is something we don't normally do. There's a guy, Straw Hat Goofy, on TikTok. Man, this guy will fool you, entertain you. I absolutely adore Straw Hat Goofy. And he has a twin brother that does anime. So there you go. Covered you. You're welcome. Happy Black History Month. That's our Black History tidbit. He is a black dude, so happy Black History Month. Straw Hat Goofy.
Yep.
Amazing content.
Listen, guys, we got a couple of good things coming soon, very soon. So be on the lookout for maybe 1 or 2 new podcasts. We'll keep you updated. We will definitely keep you updated on that because those things are coming soon. Visit us on Facebook at the Xennials Podcast is the Facebook page. You can visit us on all social medias at the Xennials Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great episode. Thanks for joining us.